Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Can somebody say yes or no in the side comments, please? Hello, can anybody hear me and see me? Ah, brilliant, excellent. You can, yeah, right, you can see me. Right, hello guys. Thank you very much for coming along. Now, this is my first live stream. I don't really know what I'm doing, and I've got some people to help me along anyway, some friends of mine. So, just to let you know, just while we're waiting for people to come in, 26 people already. God, it's not that interesting. You're going to be disappointed, I think. So today, what have I been doing today? So I've been filming for half the day. I got the live stream ready in the morning, and I have the Harley Davidson still at the moment, which is the Street Bob, which is a beautiful machine, as you can see there. And I met somebody else who owned a Street Bob today and done one of my little interview videos, which was good fun. So many thanks to Ruth and John for coming to Exeter from Barnstable. So it's not like it was close by to meet with me. It was absolutely brilliant. And we had a good chat about all that. And so today I'm going to be bringing in Westonsupermotovlog, or Phil, Epicadammotovlogs. Whilst we're talking about EpicAdam, he's nearly at 1,000 subscribers. So we're hoping that's going to push him over the top today. And he might get the big 1K. So, and ironically, he's been doing this longer than the rest of us. So we also have Saddlebags73 and Noobiker as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting chat. Feel free to ask questions in the side chat there. And I've got some techie stuff on my side, so I'll be ducking in and out. So if I miss something, just write it again, and we'll get in there. So let's go and bring some people in. Now I can see that Noobiker, Saddlebags, and EpicAdam are there. Westonsupermotovlog has gone for a second, so hopefully he'll be back any second. So let's make a start and bring in Noobiker. Hi, Noob.
Hello.
How you doing? All right?
I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, very well, thank you. Now, Noobiker is from Ilford in Essex, is that right?
Well, Ilford in London. Yeah, nearly Essex.
Ilford in London.
Almost the same thing.
And you have a Kawasaki Z1000 SX, is that correct?
That's right, my Frankie, my blue Kawasaki Z1000.
Brilliant. How long have you had that bike for?
Since March 2020. So what does that make you, like 18 months nearly?
Okay. And what is your bike history? What have you had in the past? Are you literally a new biker, or
how far do you want to go? I had a CBF 125 when I had my CBT. That wasn't that long ago. Passed my full test in 2017. Yeah. Then got Kawasaki Ninja 650 parallel twin. That was my first big bike. Had that for a little while and then upgraded to the Z1000 SX after that. So that's it. That's the full extent of my bike history.
Right. And for anyone who doesn't know, you've recently borrowed a Super Socko CPX. Is that right?
Yeah, I had that for a week. I'm trying it out just to see if I want to commit to it for the daily commute.
Yeah. How did you get on with it? Did you like it overall? I mean, I have seen the video. If anyone hasn't seen any of Noob's videos, then do have a look at it, because you did do a video on the CPX, didn't you?
I did one, and that may be another one coming up, kind of with some final thoughts. But I'm just not having a lot of time to edit right now.
Yes.
I liked it for that specific limited role. So for going to work and coming back, which is a 30-mile round trip, or maybe even if it was a little bit longer, maybe if it was like 50 or 60 miles, going into town on roads of a maximum of 50 miles per hour, it's a brilliant tool for that job. It does that. You come home, you plug it in. You never have to worry about getting petrol. You never have to worry about oil or radiator fluid or anything like that, or chain maintenance. Nothing. The only thing you have to worry about are tires and recharging the battery, really.
Yeah. So with electric, it is very much a practical decision as opposed to something that you buy with your heart, isn't it? I find with electric. Do you find the same thing? It's
Well, absolutely. I think I agree with a video that Fort9 did a while ago, saying this whole thing about building premium motorcycles that, you know, like the live wire and all the zeros that, you know, have this amazing range. It's just rubbish. It's not suitable for electric motorcycles. They don't have enough size to be aerodynamic enough, and they don't have enough size to have enough battery capacity to give you the same range that you'd get with a normal motorcycle. And even if you were to get, you know, 100, 200 miles of range from one, it would take you 4 hours to charge it.
yeah.
So the real sweet spot for electric motorcycles is going to be urban mobility.
Yes. Yeah. And they're getting there, aren't they? Things are developing, but it's hard to know when to jump on the actual boat to actually buy electric, I think.
I know. I'm a very cautious buyer, and then I tend to get instant buyer's regret whenever I buy something if after dithering for months.
Yes.
So I still haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Right, we're going to bring in somebody else now. I'm going to take you off and bring in, who shall I pick next? Or meeny, miny, mo. Let's go for this one. Hello, this is Saddlebags73. He's based down in Cornwall, of all places. And how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No, pleasure. I couldn't do it without you lot. Doing this by myself would be a real struggle, I can assure you. So what's your biking history? What bikes do you own then?
Well, I own a Kawasaki Z900 RS 2018, Royal Enfield Classic 500, and a Royal Enfield Himalayan.
Right. Okay. So a different tool for different jobs. That's the way to put that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And which one is the bike which you bought with your heart? The one which you love the most? Is there a bike that you like the most, or?
I kind of have a favourite. And
can I guess?
Go on.
Ernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
So that's for those who don't know, it's a Royal Enfield's Classic 500.
Yeah, I love that bike.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the chrome edition as well, isn't it? So it's all chrome.
Yeah, chrome bike.
Brilliant. Yeah. And then you have the Himalayan, which is, I guess, is a bit of a do-it-all bike, really, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a jack of all trades. Best thing about the bike is its versatility. But yeah, it seems to be great so far.
Yeah, and the Z900, I guess that's your tourer stroke fun bike stroke get your knee down type of bike, is it?
Yeah, that's a plaything.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for joining. We're going to bring us all together in a minute, but for now, I'm just doing one thing at a time. All right, catch you in a second, mate. Okay, next up, I think we'll go for this one.
Oh,
hi, Adam.
Hi. All right.
Surprise.
Yeah, I'm going to hide our shot and then come in really cool.
Yeah, no, you always look cool, mate. You look fine. Thanks for coming along, Adam. Much appreciated. Now, you have the Suzuki Bandit, don't you? You've been riding for how long?
Riding for 6 years, I think. Been riding my Bandit for 2 years. Before that, I had a Chinese motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Did it stay in one piece or did it go the other way?
So no, I'm reading the comments in here, right? So sailing Devon's coast knows this story. I told him the other day. My Sinis SP125, my Chinese bike, I had planned on blowing it up because I work with the military and we planned on actually blowing it up. And then COVID hit, so everyone went away, and I can't be trusted to blow things up by myself.
No,
so
I can understand that. Yeah.
And then I had a bill. The bill came. My missus didn't pay the council tax one day, so I had to pay it. And so I sold the bike for about 200 quid.
Right. Was it worth 200 quid or was it?
Well, for me it was, yeah. Because
Yeah.
you know, it paid my council tax. But yeah, it was falling apart. I kicked the hole in the exhaust pipe. Yeah, I did leave it outside for just over a year.
Right.
Didn't touch it, and it still started, and I still ride it just about after a year.
A lot to be said for Chinese motorcycles then, if it still works after all that.
Yeah.
So when did you pass your big bike test? And did you literally pass your test and then get the Bandit 600 or?
No, I passed the test about 2 years ago, and then I bought a ZX6R because I always wanted one.
I forgot that.
Realized it wasn't for me, and then literally swapped it for the Bandit.
Why want the ZX6 for you then? Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. But...
Too uncomfortable, basically. Too heavy. Might be different now. If I rode it now after having 2 years experience on a bigger bike, I'd probably think different. But going from a pokey little, slow little Sinis, a Chinese bike that was falling apart to a ZX6R was quite a large leap.
Yeah,
maybe too big.
it very much reminds me of when I used to have a Grom. Actually, I owned a Grom for about 18 months, and I wanted something a bit bigger, and I went to look at the Benelli TRK. It was just something about it which I liked and looked adventure ready, but it was just absolutely massive. And I looked at it at the time and just thought, no, that's just too much for me. But of course, I was on a Grom at the time, so any bike would be, quite big. Yeah, so in the end, I did buy that. And what did I get after? Oh, I got my CB300s after that, which is a sort of nice bike to chuck around and have a bit of fun on, and Honda as well, so it's pretty much bulletproof. And yeah, I had that for 9 months and then got rid of it and got the NC. So yeah, that's my life story. But yeah, great, Adam. We'll chuck us all in a minute, all in the pot, and yeah, let's move on to the next one now. All right,
Ready?
See you shortly. So here we have Phil. Hi, Phil. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm very good.
Eating again, look.
Very good. And just making sure the jam goes on first. The cream.
That didn't take long, did it? I can see Saddlebags down here now. He's I don't know if he's laughing. Yeah, you got a laugh out of him. So, so was it cream on first? Is it in Somerset or is it?
Well, it's jam on first everywhere, really. Just for some reason, Exeter, or sorry, not Exeter, but Devon decided to change it. I can only assume because the rice pudding used to roll off. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, how do you delete this one? Oh, there's no delete button. Right. Anyway, so what's your biking history then? We'll start right from the beginning because you've had a few bikes in the past, haven't you?
I've had, yeah. I mean, I have. I've been riding since '91. Got my first RG 125 Suzuki in 1991. I thought I was Kevin Schwantz. And then passed my test. I bought another 125 after that, which was a Yamaha. Passed my test in '93. And what have I had? My goodness, a lot. I bought a Diversion 600. That was my first big bike. Changed that for a GPX 750, Kawasaki.
Nice.
ZXR 400. I've had DRX 850s, 2 of those. And then recently I had an bike accident, which put me off. My son had just been born. And I just thought to myself that there were things that are more important than riding bikes. And I actually had an 18-year break in riding because I completely lost interest in it. And then about 3 years ago, it just sort of comes back and you think, I want a bike again. I need a bike.
Yeah. Normally when you're sat in the queue of traffic and you see all the bikes going by, you think, I want to be on there. Yeah,
exactly.
Are you okay? I think your sound might be a little bit too loud. If you can turn it down a little bit, that would be cool.
What if I sit back a little bit?
Brilliant. Yeah, that's
what
much
if
better,
I fill my mouth with this gorgeous cream tea?
Yeah. Well, I'll keep you talking then if I can. So are you okay talking about that accident just briefly? Is that okay, or is that something you don't want to touch on? What we're talking, is it like a big spill or is it just a drop?
No, actually far from it. It could have been devastating. As it happens, when I had the accident, and it's going to sound silly when I say this, but everything kind of happened that stopped me from getting seriously hurt. So I was on my way to work. I just left left forces during the war. Just left the forces, and I was commuting into Bristol.
Hang on, one second. Was it RAF? Wasn't it you were in? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What section did you do there? What part?
I was a technician. So basically, if you're in the army, it's REME. But basically, I was an engineer in the RAF. So
yeah, is that like? This sounds really dumb, but is that a mechanic basically? Is it
yes,
fixing planes and servicing and
yeah? I mean, I'd work on everything from push bikes up to twin rig refuelers, fire trucks, that sort of thing. Anything that was airfield vehicles, that's what I'd work in. So yeah,
interesting.
But yeah, I was traveling up to Bristol. I got a job when I came out to working at Land Rover, and I was behind a bus, and everything kind of went wrong. I looked down the inside of the bus on the left-hand corner. I thought the road was clear. I waited for a concrete island to pass me on the right-hand side. I dropped it down a couple of gears, as you do, pulled out, opened it right up, and then 20 yards further on was another concrete island, which I just hit hard. I went up, came back down. I thought I can save this. At this point, I'm looking left at the people in the bus who are waving at me, going like this. Right. But yeah, it went up and it came down, but I'd shattered the wheels. So as soon as it landed, I realized I had no control over the bike, and I kept hold of the handlebars, which a lot of people say don't do that. Just let the bike go and let it go. But if I'd done that, I would have been underneath the bus. So I actually held onto the handlebars, went down. My hand was trapped underneath as it spun down on its side. So the only real damage I got was I ripped my little finger apart quite badly. But in the grand scheme of things, if I'd been 2 inches to the right, I'd have hit a lamppost. If I'd been 2 inches to the left, I'd have been thrown underneath the bus. So lucky stars, there's a guardian angel there looking over me at some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a bit of pot luck, isn't it, when we go out on our bikes at the end of the day? And yeah, that was definitely lucky. And that must have been as hard as it was for you, of course. It's hard on your wife as well when you've got a young child, children or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just off topic a little bit, but something about buses, isn't there? They're so low to the ground. I always look at them and think, oh, that's the last place I want to end up like. They look so low to the ground.
When I got back into it after being a bit more mature, I think I tend to ride more defensively, where I think everybody in the road is out there trying to kill me. So if I go out with that attitude, I'm in more of a chance of getting home in one piece at the end of it.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. Oh, we haven't talked about your bike, have we? What bike have you got then? So
currently on a Honda VTR 1000 Firestorm, or a Super Hawk if you're in America. Which, I mean, I love twins, I love V twins, and it's a good all rounder. It's a means to an end. And then in the new year, I'll be keeping hold of it, but I'll be sort of increasing my bike collection to bring in another one. Haven't decided quite what yet, though.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah. So the VTR 1000, you've had that for about a year now, haven't you?
No, only 6 months.
Oh, 6 months, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
it looks brand new, though.
Yeah, Ducati Monster was before that.
Yeah. So how come you got rid of the Ducati Monster? Any particular reason, or just wanted to move on?
No, it was a means to an end, really, because we were looking to move in a house, and it was a case of reducing my outgoings because the bike was still on finance. So I thought, I'll sell the Ducati Monster, pay off the finance, whatever's left, I'll see what I can get hold of. And I was just so lucky that this Firestorm came up for almost no money. I think it was £1,800 that I paid for it. So
that's a bargain. I mean, so many people think that you have to buy let's put your banner up. I should have put the banners up on the other guys. I totally forgot. There's so much to be said for as much as I want to support the new bike market. You don't have to pay a lot of money to get a banging bike, do you? I mean, you paid 1,700 quid for that. I paid 1,700 for my BMW. And my BMW gives me more than what a lot of bikes I test ride. Just in rideability and not fun factor, but just character. I just love that bike. Every time I go on it, I put it away. I think I want to be out on it again. So it's a lot to be said for that. And you chose a real cracker yourself. And you very much a clean freak, aren't you? You like to keep it clean. I think they call it OCD, don't they? I'm trying to be polite.
It's one of the main reasons I don't go out in the rain.
Yeah,
it's because when I'm riding in the rain, I know how dirty the bike's getting, and because I'm thinking about that, I know it sounds stupid, but I'm not concentrating on the road. So it's almost a safety thing and it's to do with the OCD on the cleanliness of the bike.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Funny you say that because I've got a friend like that. He's got a NC750X, and it's an absolute minter. And he looks after it so well, and it does look really good. And when we go out in the wet, he just we sort of say, "Oh, where are you going to go?" And I'll just say, "Oh, Dartmoor or something." So, wet is it? I was like, "I don't bloody know. I've been there yet." But you know, he doesn't want to get his bike wet at all, and it does look good. And whereas I'm the total opposite, I want to ride a bike, and I'm the other way. I'm a little bit too lax, perhaps. On that, and even though it always looks nice on camera, but that's the GoPro colors, you know, sort of bringing it out a bit more. So, but yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much for that. Now, Noobiker, are you still there? Because I can't seem to see you. There you are, mate. Okay, I've got you. Right, I think we're all ready to go in now. So let's bring in and that one. There we are, all together. Look, the Brady Bunch, I think they call it, isn't it?
You've been called worse.
Yeah, we have when we meet up. Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. Well then, guys, so where are we going to start then? Everybody's looking at me and I haven't got a plan.
Can I just say, I'm the one with the least to lose here tonight.
Well, I wouldn't say that, mate.
I'm the most dangerous because I'm the one with the least to lose. I'm further away from everybody else, so I don't have to risk, you know, you guys turning up angry. I've got the smallest channel, so yeah, I'm just a loose cannon tonight.
You also have to be very careful because you're the only advanced rider here as well.
Oh, I was going to talk about that actually, yeah, because you're Rosper, aren't you? Is it Rosper that you do?
I did my IAM just almost as soon as I passed my DAS. Bought the new bike. Literally, I think the first or second ride I went to an airfield nearby, and saw a group of bikes at the end of the runway. They were doing some stuff. I rode around. I said, "What's going on here then?" And they said, "Oh, we're the local IAM group, and we're doing some kind of machine control thing as part of our course." And so, okay, tell me more about it, and where do I join? So I didn't wait.
So
I passed my DAS, and then one of the first things I did was start the advanced.
That's brilliant. How does that affect your riding? Do you feel like you are a better rider? You've learnt that much now? Because you haven't been doing it for too long, have you?
No, like I said, I only passed my test, I think, October 2017. Bought my first bike January 2018, the Ninja 650. And then joined the course soon after that. And actually, I had a friend at work who was also IAM trained, and he said, "Don't wait. Like a lot of people say, wait a year before you join. Don't wait to build bad habits. Just go in there and get from the front foot from the get go." And I kind of agree with that now, thinking about it. Because when you do the course and you pass the test, they're teaching you to pass the test. Okay, so they're teaching you that, but they're not teaching you how to have proper fun, like how to take the bends properly, how to do the overtakes properly, you know, in a systematic way. And that's kind of what I took from it. I'm very glad that I did it. I know it's not for everybody, but you know, I certainly feel like, you know, when I first started doing it, I was in the wrong gear for bends. The bike was unstable. I was thinking, "Ooh, what's going on here?" I was, you know, taking the wrong line. I wasn't seeing things properly. I was afraid of doing overtakes. But as you go through it and as you build applying the sort of system to do things, and then you start relaxing because now you're doing that automatically all the time.
Yes.
And it's just, I just find it a lot more fun. I'm not tense. I'm not worried.
How much of your time does it take up every week, would you say, to do that? Because do you actually take people out as well? Associates, you call them, don't you?
So what do you mean? To do the IAM advanced?
To do the IAM, and then obviously it's an ongoing thing. So I guess you still get assessed. Do you quite often?
No, you don't.
No.
So you do the course, and if you want to, you can then do the test, and you get assessed by a next. Usually, it's a retired police biker, not in your group, who come and who ride behind you and assess you, and you either pass or you get a first or you get a fail, and then that's it. You don't have to do anything more after that. and the
Right.
course can take as long as you need. Really, you pay a one-off fee, and then you make a contribution every time you go on an observe ride with a volunteer, just to contribute towards their petrol costs. So it's usually, I think it was a $5 in my time. Now it's a $10, just because petrol's so much more expensive.
Yeah. It's funny actually you say that, because I went down to fill up my van today, and normally it's about £1.30 a litre or something, isn't it? And it's up to £1.50 at the moment. So I thought,
Yeah,
I'd pop down.
£1.40 plus. Yeah.
Oh, it's mental.
Was that diesel or petrol?
I was diesel.
Oh yeah, then you're really screwed.
Yeah, and so I thought I'd pop round Sainsbury's at £1.55. So I had to go back to Morrison's again. There you go.
Yeah, just a quick one. Bandit Man UK has turned around and said it looks like a Crime Watch lineup.
Yeah, I'm laughing at that.
The support from, or the feedback on the comments is incredible.
I'm reading all the comments, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And can I just stop? Sorry. I thought we were going to, me and exeterrider, we're going to do our own private video today, like always. So I'm a little bit uncomfortable right now.
Crack on if you want, mate. I've got the expensive package. Is that there?
Sat on that for like last half an hour now.
You didn't prep properly.
Are you talking about motorbikes, yeah?
Whatever you want to. Yeah. To be honest with you, on the air, it could be anything anyway. So.
What was our usual Thursday night thing? That's all. But never mind.
Yeah. You caught me off guard there, mate.
Carry on.
Where do we go from there then?
I was getting very worried. He was quiet for a while, and I was thinking, if when he's this quiet for this long, he's prepping something.
Something's happening. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but no, IAM is something that I'd like to do actually, but it's just a time thing. It's just freeing up time. I'd really struggle with. So, would any of you guys, Saddlebags or Weston, would you want to do the IAM training, or are you happy as you are?
I've done a bike safe course, which is with the police, and that was an excellent course. I don't think the IAM training is not for me, and that I'm trying to be as polite as I possibly can with this, but I don't know. I think it's too structured for me. Not for everybody. For me, it's too structured.
That's all right.
I know my riding isn't perfect, but I don't need other people to tell me it's not perfect. Because I know at the exit of a corner if I've made a mistake or not. I don't need to be told that. I think the biggest problem nowadays is people just ride too fast for the conditions.
Yeah,
you ride within the conditions, you ride as fast as is safe. But people ride too fast for the conditions. Plus, I've tried a polite vest on, and it just doesn't suit me.
No, I think I could gain from it. I think just ever since I come off on the ice that time, it was ice, so it was pretty different. But it's just the cornering side of things. I need to learn to trust the tires again, because since that, it's just
that video a lot, ER, and I can't see the ice.
Yeah,
it looks like a perfectly dry day to me.
Yeah, honestly was. But when I was going up there, honestly looked like like water. And but it's when I got halfway up there, I looked down and I thought, holy shit, it's not water. Oh, swearing, by the way, we're going to swear in this. Most people never have me swear.
We can't say the C word, though, can we?
No, I've always said you can't say the C word. It's hard when I'm looking at 4 of them, but bit of a delay there, isn't there? But anyway,
Can I come back? Sorry, can I just come back on what Phil said? And very well said, and absolutely, it's not for everybody. And sometimes we get people who turn up on the course where their partner has bought it for them, and it's a waste of time. If people don't want to be there, there's no point. The people who actually want to do it are the ones that get most out of it. But the thing I found from it was that at the end of it, at the beginning of it, you've got somebody who's behind you observing what you're doing, and then you stop and have a chat, and they ask you usually open questions about what were you thinking through that one, how did you find that thing. There was very little of, you know, oh, you did it that wrong and you should have done it this way. And what I got from it is at the end of it, you become your own observer. So you finish every ride and you think, right, what was really significant about that ride? What happened there that was, you know, that most sticks in my mind? And what could I have done differently about that? So it teaches you to be your own observer. There's nobody. The guys there are not examiners. They're not marking you. They're not. They're coaching you to learn a system, and then you can apply it if you want to. You don't have to apply if you don't want to. But the thing is, getting in your head to analyze your own riding, and then have a system around which you can evaluate what you might have done differently. I think very similar to what you did on the bike safe. I think the bike safe is basically every time you go out, it's like a bike safe course.
Yeah.
The cop was behind you, and you stopped and you had a chat, and you said, when you did that, you know, what how was that for you? And you're thinking, and then you're answering, and you're having a chat. It's like having a chat with your mate.
Well, one of the comments on here is from Walton, PA, who, by the way, is an absolutely amazing channel. Love watching this stuff. He's just got this voice that tells stories every time he goes out on the bike. But he's asked what the bike safe course is all about, and basically it's a one-day course. In the first couple of hours, they do some training by videos and overhead projectors, that sort of thing, about lines and you know, the highway code and things like that. But then after that, you go out in pairs with a police officer, motorcycle officer, and he follows one rider while the other one trails behind. And then after that ride, he'll stop. He'll give feedback on where you were doing good things right, where you were doing things wrong. Swaps over, so he monitors the other one. Then you stop for lunch. You go out again, and then with a little bit of luck and sort of listening to what the guy's saying, you then, in theory, should be much better riding when you go out the second time round. And I gained a lot from that, and it felt very relaxed. When I was the first time I was following, he said to the other guy, right, you go ahead, I'll follow and observe you. He turned to me and he said, you just try and keep up. And when a policeman's telling you that on a motorbike, that's like, so it was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah. How about you, Adam? You ever thought of doing anything like that?
Yeah, someone actually offered to teach me advanced riding. It's still kind of in the works. I think he's touring in Spain at the moment, so I'll wait for him to come back and we can talk about it.
Yeah. Just go out with him without, you know, any ties, so to speak. You know.
Yeah. He's just going to show me. He's I don't know what he does. He does it professionally. I've never actually met the guy. He emailed me, said he watched one of my videos, and and he wants to teach me how to ride properly.
Yeah, I could do with that as well. Saddlebags, any thoughts on that?
Well, I wouldn't mind taking an advanced course, and I'll teach them how to ride these Cornish lanes.
Yeah. Very good, very good. To be honest, I'll give it to you, Saddlebags. You know how to ride, mate. You really do. If you want to get your knee down, you're not frightened of that, are you?
I never get my knee down.
No, of course not.
I'm funny sliders.
Yeah, no. Let's have a look at the comments. I haven't been looking at the comments too much, actually. Anything that anyone's seen that we can touch on?
Yeah, I think vast majority agree that it's cream first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Devon. Is it meant to be cream first, Adam? Or...
Yeah.
It is. Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, brilliant. We're a winner then.
Someone asked if Noob is oh, what did he say? I should have read the comment first. Come back to me. I read it earlier. I found it funny. Read it again. Carry on.
Oh, look, Goose is in the room. Hello, Goose. That's my mate there. That's who I've done a little interview with that time back in the summer.
Did you post a link in the chat, Steve? FX.
It's all right. Don't worry. Don't matter, mate. Don't matter. Link of what for what? Sorry.
For anyone to join in, for someone to come in if they wanted to.
I haven't yet. I think we're kind of all right so far, don't you? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Does anyone else want to join in the chat whilst we're on it? Whoa, you want to join in? Bit of a delay there. That's all right. We'll hang on for that. Where do we go from there? Where's my list? Oh, there's nothing on my list. Oh well. I was going to be really organised today, and then I thought, well, I could say all these things, and all in my head, and now it's just totally gone. So we'll just.
Noob was going to ask us about new vloggers we like.
Oh yes, anyone?
So,
I'll be the first to say, I just haven't had time to watch, too much YouTube because, editing and doing all the stuff I've had, and I've got the Harley Davidson in the garage at the moment, which I'm working on. So me watching YouTube is very difficult to do because I'm just constantly editing at the moment. But anybody else got any opinions on that?
Before we get started on that, let's deal with the elephant in the room here. It has to be a channel other than Quinn. We all know about Quinn Peaks. Everybody's interested to see some more videos from that. Okay, something else.
Yes, yeah. Quinn's off on Thursday. I think he's off to Scotland. I think, if I remember correctly.
I'll wait to see the videos for that.
Yeah, it'll be good. You heard about his screen? Have you? He's got a damaged screen. Sorry. You heard about his damaged screen? Have you?
No.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a calamity. Quinn, I think you call them saddlebags, don't you? Yeah, it's something to do with a screw. He screwed his new screen on, and the screw busted, and so he's got to get a new screw now. So he hasn't even left yet, and he's already getting problems.
He was trying to fit a light bulb last I heard.
And
well,
right. Oh, I thought it was one of your saddlebags jokes.
I think it had taken him 3 hours last time I spoke to him.
Oh, did it? Oh, dear. Bless him.
I think we can all agree that he is absolutely got the right mindset to do whatever it takes. Nothing will get in his way. He is absolutely determined to get this done. I think he'll probably walk the last 30, 40 miles if he has to, just to make sure he does Land's End to John O'Groats.
Yeah.
But he would.
I've got him just crawling the last few yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is amazing though, isn't he? I mean, we've only known him for me, past 6 months or so. He used to comment on my videos, as he does on all of ours. But when we heard that he was going to go from Derby down to Cornwall, for those people who don't know, he went from Derby down to Cornwall. Then he had a few problems with his throttle cable breaking, and he didn't make it in the end, unfortunately. But he went down to see Saddlebags. Took 15 hours to get to you. Is that right, Saddlebags?
Something like that.
Yeah, 15 hours, and then he went down to Cornwall, down to Land's End with you, didn't he?
Land's End, yeah.
And then after that, you wanted to go home, and what happened then? He went to Tintagel Castle, didn't he?
Yeah, we went to Land's End and come back through St Ives and sort of the long way home. So that was enough for me. And then he messaged me an hour or so later and said, I'm off to Tintagel Castle.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's such a genuine, nice chap as well, isn't he? He's a real,
he's a lovely
real
guy.
legend. Yeah. But,
it's all about channels that we watch and follow. And what's really interesting is, obviously, we've got to be careful now, because if we do leave someone out who's actually in the chat now, we don't want to get anyone left out. But I mean, for me, I've already mentioned Walton PA, who's taken a bit of a break last couple of months and has come back now fighting fit. One that I really like watching, I think all of us, if not most of us, watch, is someone called Code Grey, who's a gentleman in Ohio, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, his videos are superb, really good quality. Same sort of thing, I would say, and I hope he takes this as a compliment, as me, where it's quite a calm, relaxed sort of vlog. But we had a conversation on social media the other day, and it was reference the times that you need to watch all of the vlogs that come out from the people you subscribe to. Because it gets to a point where, you know, when you subscribe to 10, 15, 20 motovlog channels, you can watch them all in the space of a week. When, like myself, you subscribe to 400, if they do one 10-minute video once a week, I'd have to give up work and throw my family out just to have the time to watch all those videos. Much of that, you know, sounds like a really good idea and a good plan. In reality, that's never going to work. So it is very difficult. And we had a conversation about it, Code Grey. But I just want to pull on something, because I've noticed that someone's in the chat that I watched one of his vlogs, and it blew me away to the point of the quality that I wanted to get to. obviously with the exception of you four guys, that goes without saying. But the Punkster's in there, and he did a video, and it was entitled "Why I Ride." And I could probably, because I watched it so many times, I could probably repeat to you the narration that he did over this video, and it was brilliant because I thought it was just spectacular. And if you ever get a chance, go on the Punkster's channel and look for "Why I Ride," and whoever's in the chat as well, sort of go and search it. It's a brilliant video, and it just blows you away, talking about being a jet pilot and things like that. And that sort of mindset that you get into when you're on your two wheels and your handlebars, and it's just you with the surroundings, and it's a really good video.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
So,
Anyone else that you can think of? Got Bandit Man UK. He's a good chap, isn't he? He's done quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, he's actually a big inspiration for me. Yeah, I love his video.
It's good stuff. Punkster, we've all heard of him. Curious Goose, obviously we've all heard of him as well. Sailing Devon's Coast, that's a relatively new one for me. Adam, I think you've met, haven't you?
Yeah, we've met a couple of times.
Yeah. Is he the chap with the 125, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
You've done a video on that.
Yeah, my video when I went to Dartmoor a couple of videos ago. He was that guy.
Yeah. Cool. CBR 2020. Smithstone's two wheels. Thanks for coming along, mate. I think you said you were finishing at 8 o'clock. So it looks like you come straight home from work and straight into this. So that's great. Walton, PA. Somerset biker, you need to mention.
Is that Somerset?
Yes. Somerset, yes.
Somerset.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, he's got the BMW RT, isn't he? 1200 RT, I believe. Who else have we got here? Muddy Harbour Rider. I can't say I've heard of that one, if I'm honest with you. Heard of you. Guy Stevens. Scott Renee. My mum's not in here yet anyway, but I bet she is somewhere. She'll pop up at some point.
Massive
So
all
I
of
do
them,
have one channel that I wanted to mention. It's fairly new, it's fairly small. It's actually a lady rider who's very near me, very young, has just passed her DAS, and has been putting out some amazing videos. Just the content over voiced, so that it's not motovlogging into the helmet, but it's voiced over her rides, and it's called AC Rides, AYSE, IC Rides. She's local to me, and I think she might be even joining my local IAM group at some point when there's a new course. And I would recommend go and check it out, especially for new riders. It's just amazing. Amazingly mature for somebody who seems so young and so new to motorcycling. All the kind of recommendations and advice that she puts out are really good, and the quality of the video is fantastic.
Brilliant. How do you spell that? Sorry, AC.
AYSE.
I can't find it. AYSE.
Yeah. I'll find the channel. I'll put it in the comment.
AYSE Rides.
I got it. Yeah, it's all one word.
You're all hitting your buttons. I've got remote control. Will that help?
Right, yeah, I'm in it.
Is that right?
Yeah,
that's the one. AC Rides, one word.
Yeah, cool. It's quite nice seeing more lady vloggers now, isn't it? They seem to be coming in a bit more, because it is very much a bit heavy on the male side, really. But
yeah, there's a new channel that I like called Western Rides, and it's a male and a female. They've only made 4 videos so far.
Not you, Phil.
No, I'm waiting for it. Wait for it. He's already
No,
mentioned somewhere.
No, I think they're really good. She, the female, I don't know her name. She made a good video the other day about a charity called Stock Bike, which helps. They're helping to prevent motorcycle accidents by using crazy science and computers which can track your eyes. And I was actually going to invite Westonsupermotovlogs along with me to go to the next test if you want to come.
Yeah.
Go together and we can be test subjects.
Actually, sorry, there's a really good question.
I'll buy the chips, all right?
Are you
Sorry,
buying
there's a really
chips?
good,
Yeah.
good question from the Pongster here on the chat. Do you have to have a lid-mounted camera to be a motovlogger?
So
I
should we
don't
get
think
a
so.
chin mounted?
A
Do you
helmet
have
mounted.
to have a lid-mounted camera to be a motovlogger?
Oh, not really. You can put it anywhere, can't you?
I mean, Stuart, would you say Stuart Fillingham is a motovlogger? His is all overdubbed with a front bike mounted camera.
Can't stand him. Sorry.
It's quite a loose term. That's fair enough. It's quite a loose term, though, isn't it,
Don't tell him.
motovlogger? Because it can mean anything, can it? There's so many
Yeah.
different versions of motovlogger. Some people don't like my channel, you know, and you just attract your own crowd, really.
And yet we still come on your live stream.
Well, you're hooking all my subscribers. That's why. I know what's going on.
Going back to what Adam said about Western riders, the only reason I sort of joked about it is because he put a comment on a video the other day, whereas thank goodness at least some decent motovlog quality stream coming from the Western area.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give you that. I'm up to 990 subscribers now, by the way.
Come on, Adam.
So
come on. Anyone who's not
you gained
subscribed,
one, haven't you?
Epicadammotovlogs, get on it tonight. Put his link in the stream, Steve. Yeah,
yeah.
Exeter.
I wonder if I can do that. Yeah, I can do that somehow. Yeah, you keep talking whilst I'm trying to
Yeah,
work this
39 people
technical
there. I
bit.
only need 10 of them to subscribe to me. Most of them are already subscribed.
Just 10.
I think the cucumber might have put them off.
How much
Might have
money do
attracted
I
quite
get
a
if
few,
you
Adam.
hit 1,000 then?
What? Sorry?
How much money do I get if you hit 1,000?
You get nothing.
You can get
You
half
get
a bag.
Nothing.
You get some chips.
Yeah.
You get a ham sandwich.
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, I went to me and Phil, Westonsupermotovlogs, went to the Bideford Bike Show. The only reason we went there is because Adam said that he was going to buy us chips. So we got there, and what happened? He didn't buy us chips. So anytime you get invited by EpicAdam to go or do anything for any reason, money or chips, just don't do it because you won't get nothing.
True.
And I still invited him along to the chat. So yeah.
True. I offered Sailing Devon's Coast some chips once. He refused, actually.
Oh, did he?
I do offer. Yeah, I have offered.
Yeah, he probably knew that he wasn't going to get them. That's why.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, Philip Carey's in the room. Hello, Phil. He's been a sub of mine for, well, it must be a couple of years now. He's normally got some jokes along the way. But,
Motor Ramblings at 444 subscribers.
We just need
That
to add
man
222
knows a
to
lot
that
more
number.
than
Before
Thanks, Fan in Man UK, by the way. You just got Carol to subscribe to me.
Oh, nice. Flummoxed before.
Yes, to watch the videos, though. That's the thing.
oh, Christopher Dennis Mayer. I'm in contact with him quite often. He's one of mine. Anyone recognise that name?
There you go.
That's a new one.
Christopher Dennis Mayer. He's
No.
one of my subscribers. He's a good chap. In contact with him every now and then. How many have we got on? 36. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad for the first one.
That's incredible.
Good.
Do you want to play a game of true or false?
Yes.
Not with you, no.
Facts about some of you guys.
Go on,
Right.
then.
So the people I talk about, obviously, they can't say whether it's true or false. So start with Noobiker. So you can't say whether this is true or false, okay? But Noobiker auditioned for Gogglebox. Do we all know what Gogglebox is? Yeah. But he didn't get it because he refused to put his trousers on, because apparently he can only watch TV. Don't nod, don't give any signs away. Apparently he can only watch TV. He's got no trousers and pants on. Is that? I think that's true.
Okay, I'll start then.
You can ask him questions. Well, no, don't ask him direct questions. You can ask him.
No, judging by his face, I reckon that might be true.
I don't think he's wearing trousers now, to be honest.
Don't stand up.
Does your beard, how far down does your beard go?
Wow, look at that.
Malog Biker says it's false.
Weston, what do you reckon?
I'm worryingly, I think it might be true.
Saddle?
Oh, it's true. 100%
True. Noob, is it true or false?
true.
It's truly false.
False.
Disappointed.
I've got
Is there
another
any
one.
chance-
But
is there any chance we could get mine out of the
I
way?
do- I
'Cause
wanna
I'm a
make
bit
a
worried
point.
about mine.
I am wearing trousers.
I wrote that, right. Okay, well,
So you
extra
drink a few
rider.
more whiskey, see what happens then.
Extra rider is actually a Cockney, and he's putting on a fake accent right now.
That's bloody true, isn't
That
it?
is it. There you go. So that's true. He's just said. Saddlebags has got the world's largest.
Can I just say on that, there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself. So
He's a Cockney. Yeah. Saddlebags has the largest Don Wayne memorabilia collection in the world. And I haven't got anything about westernsupermotovlogs. He's not interested.
I didn't hear that last bit.
I missed that as well.
He said he's got
Missed
nothing about me because I'm not interesting.
So yeah,
Right.
that's it.
What?
Get off the horse and drink your milk.
Ah, sounded like the real thing then, Saddle. Saddle, you got okay, I've got one for you guys. This is really silly. We'll talk motorbikes in a minute. Who can play musical instruments here? Noob, do you play anything? I think your sound's off, Noob, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah, you go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The question was for me. Sorry, I had too much whiskey now. I used to play when I was a kid. My mum made me take piano lessons, and I ended up hating it. Then I was in a school band. I played a little bit of trumpet. I played a little bit of trombone, and I really tried to learn to play the saxophone. This was back in the 80s when Careless Whisper was a hit, and I really wanted to learn the saxophone from that. But I never really took it. I haven't played an instrument in ages.
Yeah. Saddle
Yeah, I play a triangle.
and the guitar. You're not going to get away from this one, pal.
I try.
Yeah, no, you're pretty good at that. You're all right. Anything else?
No, not really. My own pink oboe. Quite good at that.
Yeah, I'm good at that. I'm good at air guitar. Adam?
No, I don't actually. No, I've tried,
No.
but no.
I can play the national anthem on a pneumatic impact gun.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think it's pretty much a no from everybody. I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Saddlebags is the only talented one out of us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I play guitar. I'm grade 8 at violin when I was 16.
That's why I asked the question, so we can brag about we, please.
Yeah.
And I sing in a local band as well. So that's my thing.
Sing in the local
Well,
band.
are you the lead singer on a band?
Yeah.
What's the
Wait,
band
so
No, I'm
called?
only joking. I don't play anything. I don't sing.
What's the
I don't
band
do
called?
nothing. Look at your faces. I got
I
you
was
then.
going to ask if he was the lead singer in a band, what style of band would it be? Because my thoughts would be definitely something like the Jam.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
yeah, I would say more like Bee Gees, really. I'm quite, that's about my limit, really.
You haven't got,
No, I know. I keep looking at myself in the camera and thinking, oh my God, where's it going?
I think, to be fair, what you've got to bear in mind is that when you look at Adam's filtering song and Noob's thrash metal filtering song, we do have a couple of very talented singers in the midst.
Death metal.
Death
I must
metal,
make a
sorry.
correction.
Sorry.
When you say talented, that is a matter of opinion, though, isn't it? It depends how deaf you are, really, in all fairness. Right, guys, so just going to move on to a couple other things. Now, let me do my techie side. are you guys aware of any new bikes that's coming out next year?
Oh, the
Such
Honda
as
NT 1100.
the NT 1100,
Mm.
yes, we've got that.
I
And we
thought that I
also
saw a video on that today. I thought it looked really good.
does look good. It's got the Africa Twin engine in it. I'm trying to find out how to work this blimmin' tacky side of things. Is that the sort of bike that you'd have, Noob?
I think so. I think it looks very tasty. I like a bike with a fairing. The only thing that gives me pause is it's a parallel twin, and I've had a parallel twin already. I've had a single, I've had a parallel twin. Now I've got an inline 4, and I would like to try different engine configurations as I move through bikes.
Yeah. So what would so you're saying that you wouldn't want a parallel twin, or you're
Well, I've already
interested
had a parallel twin, so that would kind of make me think twice about it. But I think it looks good. I think I saw the Motobob video on it today. The specs look good. I think it'd be a fantastic bike. I haven't bought a single bike in my life yet, brand new. So I'd have to see how it goes, and I'd probably see if, further down the line there was a good model secondhand.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I suppose your next opportunity really is a triple, is it? Is that what you're saying there, really?
Could be a triple, could be a V4, could be a boxer, could be a V-twin, could be a transverse V-twin. There are many different ones, and I'd like to go through them all,
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
put the picture back up a second? Just 'cause I'm
Yeah.
a bit worried that Curious Goose wasn't able to finish.
Yeah, he likes his bikes. But for me, I mean, that's almost like, because they lost the pan-European, it's almost like they're bringing a bit of pan-European back again, isn't it? I think with that one.
I think, what I'm thinking, that a lot of manufacturers seem to be bringing out these sport tourers. That seems to be a bit of a trend.
Yeah.
I think that whole segment was dead for a while with all the adventure bikes, but now everybody seems to be jumping on the Kawasaki Z1000SX bandwagon. So Suzuki launched one, and now Honda have this one, and I think a lot of bikes have started going that way.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there, actually. I mean, my thing with it really is that it's got the Apple CarPlay, and it's got all the technology and cruise control, which is fantastic. Of course, that's one of my big tick boxes. But it is a serious tourer, isn't it? It's not something that you'd have as a commuter every day, in my opinion. Certainly not for me. The tech is just too much for me. All the Apple CarPlay and all that sort of thing. It's just something I wouldn't really use, and you're paying for it.
It has the user friendly stuff, but it doesn't have that much tech. It doesn't have an IMU. It doesn't have like a million ride modes and whatever. It seems to be kind of from a rider aids point of view. It's just got the interface.
Yeah.
But everything else seems to be just what the doctor ordered, really.
Yeah. I think you often find that with Honda, is that they are quite generally, what's the word? Not particularly high specs. They're bloody good bikes and they will last forever. But they're not particularly, like the BMWs get all the gizmos and all the tech and all that. It's just more to go wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then they all break. I have my mate who I talked about earlier on, who was my workmate that encouraged me to do the IM. He had a BMW K1600, and that bike was like Trigger's broom.
Yeah,
he had everything changed on it, on the warranty, the tank, the radiator, the engine, everything on that. And he was very, very good mates with his local BMW's service manager.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and apparently they what's it? I think it's the not the camshaft. What's the lemon bit that pushes the pistons around up and down?
Crankshaft.
Crankshaft, that's it. Yeah, they had problems with the crankshaft, apparently, didn't they? So I hear, and they had to do a recall on it, and it's basically take the bike apart and start again. Don't know if you've heard of that, but whether you had that done. But yeah, that's the problem with all the techie bikes. Yeah, what's your thoughts on saddlebags? Is that your type of thing, or?
Well, that NC.
Yeah, the NT 1100. Yeah, because you have made whispers that you like the Goldwing.
Well, I had a go on my mate's pan-European, and I was taken with that.
Yeah.
But looking at the NC, those seats didn't look very comfortable, given that it's a touring bike.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The rider's seat looked like you're going to be sat in one position. And
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. That is one of my things with Hondas anyway, is that they make a great bike, but then they cock up on the seat. And if you're uncomfortable sat down, then yeah, I totally agree with you there.
I don't
Totally
think
agree.
it can offer you the comfort that the Pan-European would.
No. No. That's the proper 90s bike, isn't it? With the big, thick seats on there and all that.
Yeah. Coming out of chips.
Yeah. Adam, what do you reckon?
I like it. I did I did read about it actually the other day. I like the look of it, but I'm not really a big bike guy. I know it sounds daft, but I like riding them, but I don't really read up too much about what's new and what's coming out and specs and stuff. I just like going out exploring, and I like making the videos. And that's, to be honest, that's most of the time that's why I go out, just for random rides, is to make a video nowadays.
Yeah.
So anything would suit me, really.
That's a question, isn't it? Does anybody subscribe to any of the bike magazines? Because I used to. When I first started, I got very obsessive with the new things I'm doing. You tend to kind of get a subscription, and then after about a year and a bit, I figured out that they were just recycling the same stories year on year, and then I just stopped it. And now, I'm with you now, Adam. I'll watch some videos on it, but I'm not going to be reading up on it all the time.
I read adventure bike magazines sometimes, but that's about it. But that's mostly so I can find like good little routes to ride around, and just read up on little adventure stuff. That's what I want to get into.
Yeah. What, as in touring, Adam? Is that what you mean, or? Yeah.
You can't blame me really for like a lot of my. I don't want to name drop because I feel like I always do this, but I was hanging out with C9 Adventures quite a lot, wasn't I? Hearing his stories.
It's a legend.
A little bit jealous of it. And obviously there's Nathan Millwood just down the road from me, who you met.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I've got a 2-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter, so I can't really go traveling. But maybe when they're a bit older, I can leave them for a week or two and go off and do my own thing.
Yeah. Because I mean, we're all in different boats on that side of things. Not until the kids get a bit older. I mean, my youngest is nearly 10 and my oldest is 14. And I'm just at that point now where they're sort of like, I don't want to be with you, Dad, anymore. In fact, it's like that when they were babies anyway, but you know what I mean. But you do get to a point where you kind of think, oh, I can go a bit further now. You can do a bit more of what you want to do. As they get older. And we were talking about that a little while ago, Phil, weren't we? Phil, wake up. Hello?
Sorry, I was just reading. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, just saying your kids are slightly older now. That you've got more chance to go out and do what
I mean, if anything happens to me now, it doesn't really affect them in any way, shape, or form. So it's they're not dependent on me sort of bringing finances into the house now. So it does make it a lot easier. Not to the point where I take risks or anything like that, but it's about me now. It's about me wanting to do what I want to do. Sort of, I say later on in life, none of us are at the end of our days, but you're more relaxed out riding a bike now rather than, do I have to be home to babysit or, have I left him in front of the Xbox for long enough now while I've been out and left him home alone at the age of 3? All of those things that people sort of look at badly these days. You can't just leave your kids alone these days. You're supposed to look after them when they're that young. Gone are the days where you could just give them a bag of wine gums and put them in front of Netflix and go out for 2 hours. You've got to look after them these days. So no, actually for me, it's a lot more freedom.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, for me, my like I said, my oldest is 14 and my youngest is 10, and my 10-year-old is still at that point now where he's still quite, very much a kid, and I'm really holding on to that because we go exploring up the woods and things like that, making dens, and you don't have to miss it when it's gone, don't you? When they get older.
Yes, really quickly.
Yeah, Yeah, and it's
Really
you know, it's
quickly.
great getting out on your bike, but it's still an element where you go and you think, well, you know, kids don't really need you so much, do they? So that's all it's part of life, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. I'm envious of Noob actually, with his daughter, because
Yeah.
she's involved with the riding as well, and that's something that I would have loved to have had, but I wasn't riding at that time when they were that age to actually get them involved with it. So, but I think it's great seeing his daughter going out on the bike with him.
Yeah, but she's just getting to that age where I'm going from, you know, from the hero to who the hell is this twat, you know?
It was nice seeing her at the Saddlebags Dartmoor ride. For people who don't know, Saddlebags had a Dartmoor ride out back in May. Was it May? Can't remember now.
May or June, first week
May
of
or
June.
June.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's it. And that's the first time that we all met, really, isn't it? You know, and
Yeah.
yeah, and it was a lovely day, wasn't it? It was a fantastic day. For people again who don't know, we have all made a video on that day out, so it might be worth you watching that. And my video bombed. I thought it was quite a good video, but it just didn't seem to get many views. So I don't know what your lot was like. Did it do pretty well, or?
Yeah, mine seemed to go across quite well. It was a 3-parter. I had to split it up. I had so much footage, and they did really well actually. I was really pleased with it. But it was, like you say, it was a great day out. It was an absolutely brilliant day out.
Yeah, mine's done well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah,
many
was
yours,
it again next year?
You released this year, Adam.
Sorry.
It was one of only 2 videos you released this year.
I should make more. Too busy.
What's the score next year, Saddle? Are you thinking about doing it again?
I am, yeah. Definitely. There'll be another ride. I don't know if it'll be the Dartmoor loop again or a different one. I haven't made my mind up. But
Yeah.
yeah, everyone there seems to really enjoy it. And for me, it was like a highlight of my motorcycling life, really.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one, though, isn't it? Because we were just after the COVID thing. So I remember at the time, first of all, it nearly didn't happen because it was raining for most of that week. And then all of a sudden, the sun came out. It's 30 degrees, wasn't it? And also we had, was it 30 people that you had there? Ish.
Yeah, 30 at the peak. Then a couple dropped out one reason and another.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, 30 people. And when you think that now there's COVID not around and you're a bigger channel now, what are you at? About 2,000 and something, isn't it? Subscribers?
Yeah, 2,200 and something.
Yeah, so you could possibly be looking at 60 people turning up, can you? And that gets complicated then.
Yeah, I'd have to split it into groups, wouldn't I, then?
Kind of ruins it then, doesn't it, to be honest?
Yeah, a little bit. I
think maybe I thought of doing something like that, but I think if I had a big ride out, then I'd have to have I sort of need to know who's going, if you see what I mean, and maybe keep it under wraps, and just say who wants to go, and then they say who wants to go, and then just say, well, we'll meet here, because it can, you know, it just can get too much, can't it? It's just
get out of hand,
really. Yeah.
Sell tickets.
Yeah, yeah. About time we made some money out of this, isn't it?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think if it was any more people than you had this year, Saddlebags, you probably have to, you know, give the police advance warning and get some marshals for that, because it was very well attended. But it kind of got complicated at the junctions. So, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the videos that I made was with me in Weston, actually, and I was a marker at one point. And I don't know how I got it wrong, but you lot know me anyway. I get things wrong quite easily. But I went around the corner and everybody seemed to turn left. And so I parked up on the left-hand side, but then everybody went straight on, and then a load of people went left as well. So I didn't really know what was going on.
Oh, was that the end?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So
yeah, and
yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know they were breaking off, but I was a marker, so everybody went down that way, and I sent a load of about 5 people down the wrong way, and I had to catch up with you lot. And I've never seen a Royal Enfield 500 go so fast. I could hardly keep up with everybody.
Those 5 people are still riding around Cornwall now.
Yeah. Oh, Phil, can I just say that it wasn't was it Cornwall, Jeff?
Dartmoor is Devon. We started in Cornwall.
Yeah.
We were in Cornwall for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then we went to the nice place, Dartmoor and Devon, and enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah. It was horrible, wasn't it, when we went into Cornwall for that short time, and it's just like this black cloud come over.
Yeah, and just
Started
hung out in
smelling
the bin
that, didn't it?
for half an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
So anyone who's watching this that doesn't understand, say from America or wherever, Devon is this sort of county, or you probably call it a state, which is kind of landlocked between Cornwall and Somerset. So basically, it's got the two tough guys protecting it from either border, and it just sits there by itself, making sort of rice pudding and just rubbish
Cream.
like that.
Yeah. What's the matter with that then?
Nothing. No, absolutely not. No.
So what's Somerset famous for then? Because obviously we
Cider.
invented cider, didn't we?
No, technically you didn't. No. Actually, I don't think either of us invented cider. I think it was the French, embarrassingly. But yeah, we're famous for Thatchers, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Market factor.
Hey,
cellophane factory.
cellophane factories, yeah, which is actually near where you're from, Adam, because you're from Somerset, aren't you?
Yeah. But I've been living in Devon longer now than what I lived in Somerset for. So.
A lot of people are going to be thinking, actually, wondering, actually, whereabouts are you from originally, Weston?
From Swansea in South Wales.
Swansea in South Wales, yeah.
I'm a foreigner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just so people might be wondering. Are you happy to say where you're originally from, Noob? Or?
Yeah, I grew up in Brazil.
In Brazil, yeah, cool. Yeah, because it's like sometimes you hear accents, you think, oh, you're trying to work it out. You can't quite work it out, can you?
No, but I've lived in London for 33 years now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm more Londoner than Brazilian these days, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's all right. How do you get on living in London? Do you still find it very busy? Because if one of us lot go up, then it's like all the time, like you get people from all directions, and
yeah, you kind of get used to it. It's amazing what you can get used to.
That's probably the best question of the night, really, hasn't it? And so, Noob, do you find London busy?
It's getting desperate now, isn't it?
I like Noob's videos.
Do you find Cornwall quiet?
Sorry?
But I like Noob's videos, but they do stress me out when I see him riding through the busy roads and stuff, and just and there's pedestrians walking everywhere. It stresses me out. I'll have to have a lie down after I watch the videos.
You'll watch
I try not to do too much, but if I'm commuting, there's enough material for a monthly WTF compilation every month for sure.
Yeah. The thing is, if you watch one of Noob's WTF compilation videos, and then the next one on the sort of YouTube recommended list is one from either Motor Ramblings or Walton PA or Code Grey, where it's just these beautiful open straight roads with nothing going on, and you think, oh my god, what a difference. But yeah, commuting through London is just...
Come on, I show you the beautiful London skyline and the sunsets and stuff. Don't you enjoy that?
That video you did through was it Canary Wharf, the nighttime one through Canary Wharf, that was really on point, absolutely on point, especially with the 360 footage that you used.
Yeah.
I have to admit, the whole London video thing's like Royal Jordanian, and you pretty much ride where Royal Jordanian does, really, don't you, Noob? That sort of area, West End area.
Yeah, at the moment it's the West End, yeah.
I love that stuff. I can watch it all day, because it's so it's hard to explain. There's so much different scenery. Yes, it's busy, but I just find it really interesting. But when if I go there for a little holiday or breakaway, which I haven't been since 2002, but you know what I mean. Then it's just mental, isn't it? I like going to London, but I like coming away from it again as well.
I think I'm going to do a terrible plug here right now. But if you watch the one that's coming out on Monday, it's basically Noob's Commute Monopoly. So I mark off all the bits on the Monopoly board as I go past them.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Good idea.
Like the Angel, King's Cross, etc. So that's what that is. That's what that is, and mark them on the board. So you might enjoy that.
Go to jail.
I could go to jail.
There's a
I could go to jail.
here
Watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a comment from Lockwood as well, who's just said now that he liked your nighttime one through Canary Wharf as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. I might do it again now because got more subscribers. So many more people watch it now.
I got a question for you, actually, Noob, if I may. The bike crime has had a bit of a, it's been quite impacted in the media in the last sort of 6 years, I would say. Have you found it getting any better or any worse, or are you on eggshells when you lock your bike up, for example?
Well, not really, because at home, I mean, it's right over there. I can look at it now because this is my garage, so I've got a completely locked garage.
Yeah.
And when I'm at work, it's also an underground garage, so it's completely locked. When I do go into town, then yeah, it's I actually made a video out of it. You know, it's like a chain and 2 disc locks.
Yeah, saw that.
But I find that they go more for the scooters because they steal vehicles that they can use to commit other crimes. And I hadn't heard much about it. Maybe it's because I stopped looking at it because it was making me so depressed. There's a lot of things that I can't do anymore. I don't watch the news anymore on TV ever. No,
I don't either.
At least for the last 4 or 5 years, I've not watched any news. I read the newspaper, but yeah, I haven't seen any more. But it must still be bad because the premiums over here are just
it's horrendous.
too expensive.
Yeah. Because the amount of videos, I remember one I done with the Hyosung 125, and I lock it up in one of the solo motorcycle bays and just walk off because that's what you do, you know, down in Devon. And the amount of people who said, "Well, you're just going to leave it like that, are you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm only popping in town. You know, I could leave it for an hour or two, and it's not. You don't really get a huge amount of bike crime down here. Really, it's pretty good." But in London, you know, a couple of times I thought, well, maybe I'll pop up to London and park it in a motorcycle bay. But I don't think I'd be comfortable doing that, to be honest with you, at the moment.
Like I said, I think it depends a lot on the bike. I think a lot of people are opportunistic. So if you put a steering lock on and you put a disc lock or 2 on and you chain it, it's unlikely that somebody opportunistic would come and take it. And then that leaves it to people who are looking for specific targets or are just riding past and then seeing what's the easiest one to steal from here. Yeah. So you make yours as difficult as possible. In fact, the advice I had is the best security device is put a bike cover on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they don't know what's underneath. And if you buy one that's got like Lexmoto branding, then it's even better.
I'm doing a bit with Lexmoto at the moment, so I think they're bloody brilliant. But
oh, impartial advice here, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right though. I think
I was gonna say because the joke used to be Suzuki cover, but I don't want to upset Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. Now thieves are normally lazy bastards, really, aren't they? Anyway, so they, like you say, they're going to go for the easiest one that's in and out, job done.
Yeah, if you make him like have to lift a bike cover to figure out what it is, and then you've got 2 disc locks and a chain, they're going to say, "Oh, that one I can lift into the back of the van." So,
yeah. Adam, how many subs have you got at the moment? Have you gained any more?
I don't know. My other phone, the battery's just died. So
that's all right.
I'm
I'll check it. Then you talk amongst yourselves while I check it.
I doubt it. Has anyone got any questions? Westonsupermotovlogs. Are you reading the comment?
You're on 993 at the currently, Adam.
Oh, that's 4.
Muddy Harbour was asking me what whiskey I was drinking. It's this.
That's
posh 116. Very, very good.
How much is that a bottle in London then? 80 quid?
Don't know, man. I got it from the duty free.
All right.
Got it from the duty free like about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm on Jack Daniels. That's my thing. Honey. But what's that, ice cream? Cornish cream.
Very good.
Bit of Cornish, bit of Scottish. I know Adam's doing something. Anything could happen now.
Well, just showing what we're drinking. I've got some Thatchers.
Ah, hang on, that's from Somerset, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
You must be homesick.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Somerset were you from, and Adam?
Burnham-on-Sea,
Oh yeah,
near Bridgewater. Don't
yeah.
laugh. Don't laugh.
There was a question in the chat earlier on, actually. Maybe we can come back to it. The question was, what bike would you buy tomorrow? And I wanted to just put a little spin on it. If money was no object and reliability was no object, what bike would you buy tomorrow?
Who's this a question for?
All of you. Start with you, ER.
Okay. Well, obviously, I get to ride loads of bikes, and I have learned a huge amount in that time that I've been riding the bikes. The instant answer to that question really is I've always been a big BMW RT fan. That's one of the most interesting test rides that I've done. That I looked at it and thought, that's a big heap of to be pushing around, but actually it just rides a dream. And it also made me realize why a lot of the police ride them as well, because although yes, they are amazing, they are really good riders, I think. But that bike makes it so easy to ride anyway, because you've got the correct size wheels, everything's weighted so nicely, got the boxer engines down low. So that in effect is my favorite bike. But having said that, it's total overkill really for what I want. So perhaps I might go down the BMW 1200 RT, which you can pick up for 6-7 grand, a real good one, a decent one, or even 5 grand in places. But I am trying to move over to electric if I can. And but I unfortunately, it's just silly money at the moment. I'm not worried about the miles that you can get from electric, because it is normally enough for me. If I get probably 100 miles range will do me fine, as long as I've got the NC or the BMW as well. So winning in the electric stage is possibly the live wire, but I did enjoy riding the Zero more. Obviously the live wire is 30 grand, which is stupid money. And the Zero was, I think it was 18, but I just love that bike so much, and I could make it work electric. So hopefully that answers that question. Who's next?
20 years ago, I would probably have said to you, I want Carl Fogarty's 916. However, I think now, when I find a picture of it, I don't know if you subscribe to his channel. I know he can be a bit sort of Marmite, but I'm a massive fan of his. But $1 Million Bogan had a number 48 Harley Sportster flat tracker, which was modified and built so he could do certain things. I've got a photo of it here. I don't know how well you'll see it. There.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that looks sweet.
Like that.
But I think that is just the perfect not give a shit about anything bike. It's just he's built it to do a particular job, and I'd love to have that. I think it looks really good as well.
Without being rude, is he pretty minted $1 Million? What's he called? $1 Million Bogan?
$1 Million Bogan. Yeah, I would imagine so. He's built his money up through real estate, and his channel has just gone absolutely crazy. Does anybody else here subscribe to him?
Yeah.
I used to. I watched a few of his videos, but I like Marmite. I don't really like it.
Yeah, he is a bit Marmite. What you've got to do is not think of him like a motovlogger. Think of it as an Australian Top Gear program. It's entertainment. It's all set up, but he does a really good job of it.
Yeah. I saw the one with the pan where you had to pick up the Pan America. I think you recommended that one to me. I'd actually already seen it, but I've got a blooper, by the way, coming out of when I nearly dropped the Pan America. And it's on my first ride video. I thought I'd wait until Harley aren't looking at my videos anymore, then I'll put it out. But but yeah, basically I pulled off from the first ride, and the grass was only slightly damp, and it just lost the back end, and it went to 45 degrees. But I pulled it back. But getting up that little, it's only a slight slant. It's probably like that, but it's a 200 and, oh, don't quote me on this. I think it's 250 kilograms. It's a bloody heavy bike, and it's very front.
It's not an adventure bike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I had the wrong tires for it. I mean, it was a 50-50, road tires. But it's, like I say, it wasn't steep, but I just couldn't get the bloody bike up there. And I was
I change my pick as well, because Quinn Peaks just reminded me about Lockwood's VFR, which,
oh yeah,
which is an absolute dream of a bike. He's done a cracking job rebuilding that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love that bike. It's a beauty.
VFR, you can't go wrong
Adam.
with VFR. Nearly bought one.
Adam, what did you buy?
Yeah, what about me? Sorry, I heard my name. I didn't know you said it. I kind of like bobbers, but I haven't got any particular one in mind. So it'd probably have to be some Harley or some Indian, because they make the best bobbers, don't they? Yeah.
Controversial.
I know, but I think they look fun. I've never ridden one, but I think they look fun. One of my mates has got one, and I'm jealous every time I see him ride past. It just looks like he's done right.
They sound great, don't they?
Yeah, they sound good. Yeah, and it must be nice being so low. Yeah.
You wouldn't want an Indian though.
Why?
It's like getting a blowjob off a sister, isn't it? It feels the same, but you know it's not right.
Yeah.
I've had the. I think most of you know that I've had the Harley Davidson Street Bob, and I can't say I absolutely love that bike, and I knew I was going to like it, and I did have I would say that I kind of had a pick of what I wanted to have, within the Harley Davidson range, because they offered me a 114 Heritage, but I went for the Street Bob because I wanted to try something with higher handlebars. It's a dream to ride. The seat is comfortable. You can plug around in 6th gear all day long, and even at motorway speeds, you're probably doing about 2,000 RPM, and it's just chugging along. It's just a bike which has got so much character, and you have to, it's a proper rider's bike, if you see what I mean. Let's get the picture up of it. Proper rider's bike, and that orange and black, and with the little bits of chrome as well, just looks absolutely. You are seeing that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's glorious.
Yeah,
absolutely glorious.
Yeah, and even the handlebars look high up, but they're really not. If you just put your arms out at 90 degrees, then it's just perfect. I love the little indicators on top as well, on the handlebars, and that.
I love the color on that one. I think it's a great color.
It is, and with the powder coated black parts as well, you can literally just hose it off, and you're back to back to it looking like that again. The downside
on a budget, I went to Baffle House yesterday, which is a biker cafe in South Wales near Abergavenny, and they had some of the new Royal Enfield Meteors, and one of them was in that color, and it absolutely looked incredible. Obviously, it's not a Harley. We know it's not a Harley, but it's also a quarter of the price of a Harley. But actually, for what they put into that bike and the finish that they put on it, there is an awful lot of bike for the money with the new Meteor.
Yes.
What about you, Saddlebags?
Oh,
What
me?
will be your dream bike, your bike that you buy tomorrow? Money, no object. Reliability, no object.
It's probably not that outrageous. So I'll probably go for a CCM. CCM
Oh.
Spin.
They look tasty, those bikes.
Yeah, I really like those.
I went to Bike Stop in Stevenage a few weeks ago, and they had a display there, and I sat on one, and they're so light.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, kind of unique.
Are the CCM? I know they're a British company, but are they British engines as well? I think they are, aren't they?
Oh, they use transport.
They're Husqvarna engines, aren't they?
Yeah, I think not that good of them, but I think they've used various in the past, haven't they? Yeah.
Be interesting to know what the the servicing is like on that, because some of these, like the Husqvarna, some of them are 600 miles, aren't they? Which is
the
difference with CCM is when you book a service, they'll come out to your house and they'll do the service for you using their technicians. They literally put it in the back of a truck, service it, roll it back out, job done. It's almost like, when you've got a Rolls Royce, if you have a Rolls Royce and it breaks down anywhere, they turn up in a truck, put it in the back of the truck, leave you with one, drive it away. It's just an incredible service to get with them. Yeah.
I think they also.
I think that's what they're trying to do with electric as well. Sorry, Saddle. Carry on.
I was just saying, I think they also fit the bike for you as well, don't they? When you buy one, they come and make sure everything's right for you on it.
Yeah, yeah. The sad thing about CCMs now, they had a bit of a recall on the frames because, I mean, if you've ever looked at one up close, the framework is just stunning. I mean, the welding is artwork in itself, but they had a problem with getting rust spots underneath the lacquer. So they did a recall on the frame, but the new frame that you have fitted isn't the same type of frame. It's actually powder coated. So a lot of people have said, you know what, I'll take the risk because I want to see the welding. I want to see the frame. I want to see it. I don't want this new powder coated frame that's just like every other, you know, factory built metal lattice frame in the world. So they've done a recall on them, but a lot of people are actually refusing the recall because they want the look of it that they bought.
I've heard of that actually. Where was that? Where did you hear that to? Was it on one of the motorbike shows or something?
I think it might have been, yeah.
I'd like to see CCM. I'd like to try one actually, but yeah. How much is a Spitfire? It's about 10 grand, isn't it? Is that right? Or 11 grand?
Yeah, it's between 10 and 13, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's between. They start at 10 for the very basic one, and then they go up to 13, 14 if you want the extras. I mean, I don't know if they still do it now, the Foggy replica one or the Foggy edition, because obviously he's gone back to Ducati now. But yeah, if you want the extras on it, it's up to 14,000. I think it's not expensive really.
No, so
what you're getting, it's a hand built bike.
So I could have 2 or 3.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if you want a Foggy helmet, then you can't get them for love or money at the moment because they're all in Phil's garage. Right, I'm going to take a toilet break. Be nice. Don't get me banned on YouTube. I'll see you in a second.
Taking his mic in with him like he done before. Before we went live.
Flush. Loud pipes save lives.
Yeah. Are there any more questions in the comments?
There's loads. Just got to say that the guys that are commenting in there, there's so much support in there. It's nice for someone like me that's got a fairly small channel to see this sort of support. You know, on exeterrider's channel is incredible.
Cool.
Really, really good. Just gonna check on what Adam's on right now.
I think Mighty Harbour Rider was asking, do you guys do your own servicing?
I do mine. Yeah.
I do mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
when you got an older bike, it's easy.
I get my Z serviced by the garage to keep up the warranty.
Yeah.
The rest I do myself.
There's a lot of people think with car, because I work in the car trade, if you've got a new car, you don't have to actually get it serviced by the manufacturer. You can take it to any garage. They don't even need to be VAT registered anymore. As long as it's serviced to the manufacturer's spec with the right oils and filters, it keeps the warranty in place. With bikes, it's different. They've got slightly different ruling on their side. So you have to go back to the actual manufacturer to get it serviced to keep the warranty in place. So if your bike's still in warranty, you're stupid not to take it back to the manufacturer.
Yeah, he's back.
I try to do most of mine, but I'm probably the most newbie here. As the name is a hint. In terms of that, I've never really done much servicing up until I started getting into bikes. You know, I just like to say, you know, is it a problem I can fix with a hammer because it's the only tool I know how to use. But since getting a bike, I started getting more into it. So I've done some oil and filter changes now. I've done kind of cleaning the brake calipers and stuff, and changing the brake fluid. I did that last year on the new bike. So I'd like to do more, but I do still take it to the garage for them to do some of the stuff, because I've seen the videos on how to change like the spark plugs on the Z1000SX, and it's like, I don't want any piece of that. No, I'll take it to the garage for that.
Two questions on the chat that I want to ask. First of all, Lockwood is asking Noob whether he would ever shave his beard off for charity.
Well, the thing with the beard is this. My wife is a baptized Sikh woman, and she's the one who asked me to grow the beard. So as long as she's alive, no.
And the other one, Walton PA has asked what the warranty's like on new bikes in this country. As far as I'm aware, I think you get 2 or 3 years on a new bike now.
Depends on the manufacturer, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on manufacturer.
Right.
Right,
So in the
I've got
States, they get a year.
So some offer 4 years, some offer 2, some offer 3. I think a Kawasaki was a 2-year or 3-year or
yeah,
something.
mine was 2 years, but as long as I get it serviced by the dealer, I've got unlimited warranty on parts.
Yeah,
That's good.
I think quite often what I find on the review side, I don't always put in like servicing because it becomes so controversial. It puts people off bikes, and it shouldn't do because they're mainly all the same, really. But quite often it's a year's parts and labour warranty, and then 2 or 3 years just parts only. That's the way they seem to do it these days, I find.
Yeah.
The thing is, I haven't bought yet a single bike that was new. So my 125 was a second hand, and I think I sold it for more than I bought it for.
Was that a CBF, wasn't it, Noob?
Yeah, Honda CBF 125. I think I bought it for like 1,500 quid, and I sold it for 1,750 a year later. Right, just because I sold it to somebody that saw me riding every day and was always commenting on how clean it was and how well maintained the chain was and all that kind of stuff. And he said, I didn't tell him how much I bought it for. But when I told him the price, he said, yeah, I know you, so I'll buy it off you. The Ninja 650 was an ex-demo model, so it was pre-registered. It had like 300 miles on it, but it wasn't new. I got a discount off the price. And the Z1000SX I bought secondhand. I prefer somebody else to take the depreciation hit on that, and then buy something that I know, has a history and has been well maintained, but it's a lot cheaper price. And I think manufacturers getting too crazy with new tech, and is making it difficult to maintain, and is making them much more unreliable, which is small things to go wrong.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Electronics are the thing which will catch up on everybody. I think when that goes wrong, quite often you can't really put it right in some cases down the line.
I've heard some of the nightmare stories with some of the guys, again, on my local IAM group, one with Ducati and one with KTM. Like, the Ducati was ridiculous. It was basically, I think it lived for a year in the workshop. They couldn't fix a problem with the electronics.
Yeah.
And at KTM, they had to change the dashboard, the TFT, on the warranty because it cracked, because it was left out in the sun. It's a fucking, sorry, it's a bike. It's a motorbike. It's supposed to be.
No fucking swearing on here.
Sorry, it's the whiskey.
Well, that's really brought the tone down. I think we better wrap it up now, don't you?
A couple of questions on the chat from Agro that you might be able to answer. I think the first one is about CO2 emissions. Our road tax is an emissions tax anyway, isn't it? But he's asked about recommendations for a new rider in a Versys 650 and a V-Strom 650. I don't know if you've had any experience on either of those.
So the Versys 650 is the same engine as I had on the Ninja 650, parallel twin. It's the same engine that goes on the Z650, the Ninja 650, the Versys 650, and the what's the one that Uncle Red rides? The Vulcan S. It's the same engine throughout. It's a great engine. I got really good kind of fuel economy from it. It's very, very good for a new rider because it's not too powerful. It's got loads of torque. It's really easy to deal with. When I was buying that, I also had a test ride on the V-Strom, and I really liked it as well. That's a V-twin, and it was a really great bike to ride. It had a lot of road presence. It was fantastic. What I'd say is go and test ride them, see which one fits you better and suits you better. I mean, I don't know what your size is, what your experience is, what your inside leg measurement is, and whatever, because it really is that personal. Sometimes
I've actually got all that information here. Just bear with me 2 seconds. No, I'm only kidding.
My turn for a conference.
The Kawasaki's are bulletproof, but if you buy a new Suzuki, you get a free string vest. So it's kind of weighing up which you want,
I'm taking a coffee break.
Okay. That's great, and he drops the F-bomb and then he buggers off. Okay, so we will now move over to what? What's your favourite bike to ride, Saddle, out of your lot?
That would be Ernie.
Would it Ernie again?
Yeah.
Oh, it surprised me. I kind of thought it might have been the Z900 for some reason.
Well, I suppose it depends what mood I'm in, but yeah, as a rule, Ernie. Yeah, I'll get so much out of that one.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Yeah. But, yeah, I've neglected the comments a bit here, to be honest with you. I'm glad you're looking at them, Phil, because I haven't really looked at them at all. Has anybody got any questions while I'm looking at the comments? Please do jump in.
Bye, Code Grey. Code Grey's got to shoot.
Cheers,
Keep up the good
KG.
work.
Thanks for coming along. Thank you. Yeah, Quinn Peak Spiker. The bullet is so much fun, for sure. Definitely. I tell you what, while we're on the bullet 500, actually, obviously that's gone now due to Euro 5. The new 350 it's not going to have what the 500's got, don't you think?
You mean the bullet 350?
Yeah, yeah, bullet 350. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have thought.
I mean, one of the best things about the bullet 500 is the low down torque, isn't it? You can chuck it in a high gear and it'll just.
That's right. Yeah, I'd imagine the 350 is a bit like the Himalayan. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because when I rode the Meteor, as much as it was a good bike, it was a nice bike, but when you've been spoiled by the 500 low down torque, it's putting the 350 lump into the new bullet. It's just, you're just gonna. If I rode it now, if you rode it, you might be waiting for that low down grab, but it just hasn't got it.
I mean, I wouldn't knock it until I tried it, but I can't imagine be a patch on it.
No, that's right. Yeah, it's almost worth buying a 500 bullet now, isn't it? And just keep hold of it, really.
Yeah.
It's what else we've got in the cheers KG? Anyone tried the new RE650 twins? What do you mean, the Ponkster? The new RE650 twins. Has anyone tried one?
Is that the Interceptor?
650. It's a new Himalayan coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, I've ridden the Interceptor and the GT. Is that what we're talking about there? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a Continental GT. I liked it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. How did you find the seat on it?
The seat
usually
was fine.
just behind the tank and just above the engine.
Oh, is it? That's where I was going wrong then. I was hanging off the side. No, I've found the seat really uncomfortable in the GT, but I found it fine on the Interceptor. So, but like all reviews, it's just my personal opinion, and you guys would have a different opinion. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Beautiful looking bike.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've only ridden the Himalayan, but the design of the Interceptor and the Continental GT is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted with the 650s saddlebags?
I was actually considering one before I bought the bullet.
How come the bullet won?
Because I just figured it was a bit too big for a second bike.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I tried the 500 and that was perfect.
We've got a comment from EpicAdam. Says, "Hey, you guys." I can only assume he looks like the sloth from the Goonies.
Who is EpicAdam? Not many people know him, do they?
No.
Oh, again, for those who don't know, we went to the Bideford show and we met a couple subscribers. They're probably on here actually. Dave Hawkins, I don't know if you're on here at the moment, and Mark Broom might be might be here as well. It's great meeting them, wasn't it, Weston?
Yeah, it was. It was so nice to meet people that follow our channel and support us. Adam, did you meet any subscribers?
No, he met one, didn't he? I think he did meet one. Oh no, he didn't, did he? No, it wasn't one, was there? No. Oh, Rev Bomb is off. Thanks for coming along, Rev Bomb. Much appreciated. Thanks for letting me on your live as well the other night. Much appreciated. Oh, Adam's back. Hello,
Right.
mate.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He was looking for a subscriber.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good one from Bandit Man. What is the worst bike you've ever owned? His was an XS250. Hello, Mark Broom. Hope you're well, mate. What's the worst bike then? We'll start with Noob, I think. Have you ever owned a bad bike? You seemed a bit too careful to me to own a bad bike.
But I've only had 3. So I've only had the CB125, the Ninja 650, and the Z1000. Of those, the worst one's going to be the CB125. But it's a bike for a job. It's a, it's a
Practical.
125 for you to do on your CBT. So
Yeah. Saddlebags, you're a good person. You've had loads of bikes. What's your worst?
Oh, that's a difficult one. It's kind of best and worst. It was an RD350 LC.
Okay.
It was a cracking bike, but only good in straight lines in the bends.
Okay.
You wish you kept it now, though.
Yeah. It was mint as well.
So it's a 2-stroke, was it?
352 stroke, yeah.
Oh, I bet that went well.
It went well, but it also tried to kick you off at every corner. So that's why it was.
Why was that then? Why would a bike do that? You just can't get a lean on it, or?
Yeah, kind of like ever straddled a 5-bar gate and got someone to swing it shut.
But apart from that, it was all right.
Yeah. Good fun straight line speed. Lots of smoke.
Yeah. I don't think I need to ask you. I know already, Adam, but I think I know what your worst bike was.
Yeah, it was the thinnest.
Yeah.
The first day, actually, I went out and rode it. The sensor on the side stand, I rode to the petrol station, put the side stand down, and the sensor broke, and it wouldn't read that it was back up again. So it couldn't get started, so I had to push it about a mile home on my very first ride. Just carried on with that theme. Yeah, just carried on with that theme the whole time I owned it.
Yeah. That's not good. Phil?
Worst bike I've ever owned is Kawasaki ZXR 400. A friend of mine bought a Honda VFR 400. Is it the NC30?
Yeah.
With single-sided swing arm. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning bike, and so much fun. So I played along with that to try and get into the same sort of frame of mind, and bought a ZXR 400, and it was just horrible from day one. Never felt safe on it, never felt comfortable. There may have been a problem with the bike, I don't know, but I just never really liked riding it.
Right. Yeah.
So Lon Wally asked a question about how did I get on with the skinny tires on the CBF. I don't think it was so much the width of the tires, but those things are built to a price, and they usually come from the manufacturer with the worst tires ever. I think all 125s come with these horrendous little nylon-based tires that are absolute dog shite in the wet. Sorry, I'm swearing again. I don't care. It's the whiskey. So
just the way you say dog shite. I like that.
Dog shite. So no, not great. Very, very bad especially in the wet. It's one thing. If I had one again, that's the first thing I change. Is put some decent tires on it. Yeah. And in fact, watch what tires you get with your bike, because that's one of the most important things. And if they're too old or if they're not good tires, that makes a massive difference to how your bike handles and everything else, safety and
rider confidence as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Honda Grom was one of the. Obviously, I've owned a Grom before, and the one I bought come with City grip tires, and they were really good. Yes, yeah, and but the stock ones that come with it, the amount of YouTube videos where you got young people 17, 18 years old riding along in the wet, and they just the front end just washes out in front of them. because they are absolute crap. And hopefully they've changed that now. But the Vosh 500 that I rode, that was one of the good things with that, is that it was a basic budget bike, but it came with the Goose, can you help me out on this one? What are those tires called? Michelin something. Am I getting a bit pissed? I think I'm getting a bit tipsy now. But yeah, they come with the Michelin Angel tires. Something like that.
Pirelli Angel.
That's it. That's the ones. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. You know, really, really good.
I had Pirelli Angels on the Ninja 650 after I switched from the OEM tires, and it was like night and day.
Oh, Pix is off, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Thanks for coming along. Much appreciated. And you got a good mention as well. So good luck with your channel. Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, let's see some videos.
Yes, we want more.
Charge the batteries up first.
And connect the mic.
You connect the mic.
We've all done that one.
Lens cap off.
Yeah, I know setting Devil's Coast. It's just shit stirring now.
All right, okay, so where are we? Anyone else got anything that they want to bring up? Are you guys okay for time? It's been nearly 2 hours now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to go on.
I think I'm going to go on sometime soon.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's fine. How about the rest of you? You okay carrying on?
I'm okay.
I'll probably give it another 5 minutes and then I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, it's fine. We got 42 watches, so you know, sort of make the most of that, really.
I have a question. I have a question for you lot.
Go on.
Who is your motorcycling hero and why?
Joey Dunlop, for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Mine's very simple. I don't really have one, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
No.
Mine, I guess, kind of will be my granddad. Just because he is one of my heroes and he happens to ride a motorcycle. So that's not the reason he is one of my heroes. He's one of my heroes because he was farmer, soldier, policeman, and that was it. No, don't have to get into details, but it was during World War II, so he had quite a lot to deal with. And yeah, when he left, he became a policeman and riding bikes, and he had a car. He had a Robin Reliant, and that was it. So yeah, my answer.
Weston?
Fair enough.
Well, mine's obviously going to suck after that, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I could say whatever I like now, and it's going to sound really awful after Adam's just getting towards his ex-family. Yeah, during the war.
Oh, don't start him on that, please.
I think we all know who
We'll
yours
wrap it
is.
up in a minute.
I think we all know who yours is.
It's obvious who my motorcycling hero is. It's Saddlebags.
Can I just change mine, actually? My motorcycle hero is probably my old man, actually. It's probably something I'll go into in a video at some point, but you know, Dad died in 2016, and he always loved bikes, tried to steer me off of them. But when I had my Suzuki Bergman, I dropped it off one night and said, "Oh, Dad, I've insured you on the bike," and his face went, you know, brilliant, like, you know. And I dropped it off, and I didn't see it for 2 months, and that's just a really nice, just a really nice memory that he had such a good time on it. And even on his last days, he'd sort of say, like, "Oh, having that bike was brilliant." And even though he always said to me, if you have a bike first, I won't help you out towards a car, which is what I wanted, really. Then, you know, on his last days, he did say that actually I would have helped you out towards a car. But he absolutely loved bikes. But with 2 young kids, me and my brother, he just couldn't afford to have a bike and, you know, bring us up. You know, obviously there's 4 of us, me, mum and dad and brother. But yeah, he's kind of my hero, I suppose. He had a BSA A2 or A7, something like that. But yeah, you know, it's me dad, isn't it? So you can't get much better than that.
I was going to say exactly the same. So you stole my thunder now, but it's my dad as well for me.
Is that?
Some of my earliest memories are riding. Not Yar's dad, my dad. To clear that one out.
Are we brothers? I can't grow that.
Nobody can grow that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember him taking me on his moped. I think he had a Mobilette back in the day, one of the ones that you actually had to pedal as well. Then he had a Honda CG125, and he used to take me to my swimming lessons in his Honda CG125. Now, this was in the 70s, and for the 70s he was very, very safety aware, and he made me wear a helmet on my head to go along with my Speedos, bathing robe, and flip-flops. As it was taking me to my morning swimming lessons.
Oh, brilliant. What other
And
bikes
in
did he
fact-
have
in
after
fact-
that then? Did he always have a 125 or did he have some?
No, then he had a CB 450, I think it was. And then the story is with the bike I had a Ninja 650, and I was going to keep it, but then I had arranged with him to take him pillion on a trip with me, and it was going to be a trip to the Isle of Man. And I had bought tickets, I had booked an Airbnb, I had got the ferry tickets for the Isle of Man 2020. He was going to come from Brazil, and we were going to go to the Isle of Man. And then everybody knows, obviously, what happened with that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Is that happening next year, the Isle of Man, or?
I know 2021's been 2022's been cancelled already.
that's it.
Was it
Yeah,
cancelled?
I believe so. I'll have to confirm that, but yeah, I believe they've already cancelled next year's.
Oh, wow.
What a pain. What's the reasoning for that then? Is that just a COVID thing, is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were really
Apparently-
I'll confirm that. I don't know for definite, but I believe I've heard that it's been cancelled already. There's some other ones in the chat regarding their motorbike heroes, and Barry Sheen's come up a few times, which is great. Joey Dunlop as well, Fred Hill, and John Surtees, who was an incredible rider.
Hmm.
I believe a TT legend as well. Did he ride the TT?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those guys are crazy. Let's be fair. You've got to have something missing to want to ride on that track or that route at the speeds they do.
Yeah.
I think anybody who is involved with any kind of motorcycle racing, whether it's on track, whether it's on road, I think all these guys are aliens. They're a different species.
Definitely.
I can't, and they'll have a massive crash, get up and get on the bike again. I can't fathom that.
No.
Or the reactions that they have. It's that, and I don't get all this thing. You get a lot of this fanboy stuff, hateful one rider over another because they're rivals. I don't care. I think they're all absolutely awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are a different breed. They're heroic in their own right, really, aren't they? Because, like you say, they can break, 3 or 4 bones, and next, a couple of weeks later, they're back out on the bike again. I mean, a lot of it is mental, isn't it? I think biking in general, a lot of it is a mental thing, confidence and things like that. It's Plymouth Jano. Hello, mate. My dad's 88 years old and he still rides his Kawasaki W650. Fantastic. Has anyone seen those 650s? They're nice looking bikes, actually.
Isn't that what's his name? Uncle something or another. Have one of those.
Longbeard. Uncle Longbeard.
Longbeard. Uncle Longbeard. Yeah, that's it.
You should know that.
His beard's not that long, mate.
He's on next year.
Whatever else. Thanks for looking at the comments, Phil, because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I've been so involved in trying to keep the discussion going, even though I haven't done much anyway, that I haven't really looked at the comments. So just in advance, I do apologize for that. Just I've been in the stress all day, as you lot know, and but anyway, you're on top of it, so that's good.
Right. On that note, I think I'm going to go have some dinner and go Betty Buys.
Finally. Thank you very much for coming along.
I have to get my beauty sleep.
Yes. Yeah. You don't need beauty sleep when you look as good as that. Thanks for watching, Noob, everyone. I'm going to keep this running just for a second till the other guys drip off. But please do, first of all, like Noobiker, because, he's got a great channel and a really interesting rides through London. Also, don't forget...
Not just London, Essex as well. And all the way down to Cornwall once.
You did.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
Why? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I went there as well, but only if you have to. But do like his and subscribe to his channel. And thanks for joining us, Noob. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for hosting this. Really, really, really great. I appreciate all the support. Fantastic. And
we'll do it again sometime.
Watching all you guys' videos. So Take care. See you in the next one.
Take care,
Hopefully.
Noob.
Thanks, pal.
If,
Cheers, mate.
no, hopefully you won't ban me from the next one because I've dropped a couple of F-bombs.
The F-bomb. Yeah, you really brought it down. Thanks for joining, mate. Do you remove yourself or do I remove you?
I'm clicking now. 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Adios.
Oh, I'll wear bigger, please.
Oh, right. There you go. All right. So one
Okay.
down. You guys all right for time?
One way as well.
I'm going to shoot off in a moment.
I'll give it another 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Shall we wrap it now? I think it's a good time to wrap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
2 hours
Okay.
is a good time.
Yeah, it is. It's gone quite easily, actually, isn't it? You know, compared to, you know, we thought it was going to be a bit. Well, I thought it was going to be a bit of a difficult one, but yeah.
Just to say, Muddy Harbour Rider, just commented, this has been a success, guys. Thank you. When's the next one?
Nice.
Yeah, good question. I think it's going to be a once a month thing, maybe up to Christmas. Just to put you in the picture of this, I've paid for the setup of all this. You can do it on a free basis, but I wanted to do it a bit properly. So what my thoughts are at the moment is I'm going to get as much videos as I can out at the moment, doing this, and then I'll just stop paying for it, and then we'll just go to the free version, maybe. Just see how it goes, really.
There was one question which has been asked again by a couple of people. One of the persons actually wanted to ask a question back at them, actually. But did you see Stuart Fillingham's video about mods that are now being banned? It's something that we talked about on Friday night on the Rev Bomb live stream. I'm not sure exactly how far it's going to go. I'll be honest with you. It's one of those scaremongering things. I think that they say these things, but they never actually come into fruition because they can't enforce it. There isn't enough out there to be able to enforce it, so I wouldn't be overly worried about it. But one of the guys that said it, and I'm pretty sure he subscribes to all of our channels and a whole lot more, I know, is Paul M, who is a brilliant subscriber, always comments, always leaves really good feedback, but I don't think he rides a motorbike. Which
really?
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think one of the comments he said was the worst bike the bike he rides, he has to pedal. So, which surprises me. I don't know, if that is true or whether it's just a joke you put on. But yeah, I mean, as a subscriber, he is there for every video, and he subscribes to a lot of channels, a lot of motorbike channels, and is a really good sort of all-round subscriber to all of us. Even Adam.
Me, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bloody hell.
So thank you.
Subscribe to everybody.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, his bar's pretty low. Yeah.
What this whole thing with the modifications? I mean, I'm not really jumping on that bandwagon until I actually see it in black and white. If I'm perfectly, that's just the way I am personally. I'm quite skeptical about what things go around the magazines and the news. And the news is news. It's there to blow up and be provocative. So for me, I'm not really biting on that until I actually see something. And also, I think that it doesn't really do anyone any favors. The government are going to get a lot less money because obviously all these companies making NCANs and Aquapovics and things like that. I can't really see. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't add up to me.
No,
I think it might be restrictions like Euro 5, and that's in itself has caused a lot of problems.
I think that's where this has come from. Euro 5s, the exhausts are sealed units now, so you can't just easily modify them without making severe changes. And I think that's where a lot of it's come from, is because the exhaust are sealed units. People are modifying them, and that is illegal because you're making a vehicle that's set to a certain emissions regulation. You're changing the structure of it and making it an illegal vehicle on the road. Because if it was to match Euro 5 regulations and you change that, it no longer matches it, and therefore the tax code and the CO emissions regulations are completely different. And I think that's where this has come from, and they stretched it now to say, oh, they're going to block all modifications. I think that's absolute rubbish. But Paul's come back on as he did ride, but his ex-wife took his last 2 bikes. So I can see a crowdfunding coming on here.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it's like the Harley that I've got at the moment. Apparently, there's like a stage 1 and stage 2 upgrade that you can do. Part of it is the exhaust, and the other bit is the air filter, and then you can get the cam shaft changed as well. And apparently, you can't upgrade the exhaust as yet to a stage 1 or stage 2, whatever it may be. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but I don't think. I mean, the way that people are wording it at the moment is that it's everything. You know, you can't change the seat, you can't change the end can or whatever. So we'll just have to see, won't we?
I think we'll have to look into it. Something that Ponksy just put up now, so they may actually be more into this. I haven't read the document myself, but maybe when it all gets broken down, I'm putting the MCN in a bit more of a layman's terms.
Yeah.
People will have the patience to sort of read through it. But yeah, there's obviously a lot more in this. But these things generally don't come from come to anything.
No.
I think the more technology that bikes come with, the harder it's going to be to do anything with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think I almost feel like where we are now in you know, with motorcycles, I think it's not going to get any better. It's going to get a lot worse. That's my opinion of it. Even down to your classic 500 saddlebags. I mean, you imagine not being able to buy that anymore. All the enjoyment that you get from that bike, and basically somebody's just come along and said, "Nah, off it goes." I mean, it's just crap, isn't it? You know. But
yeah,
that's it, isn't it? Okay, I suppose we want to wrap up now, don't we? Really, I guess. Let's just have a last look at the. So Mark Bream is off now. Enjoyed it. Look forward to the next one. Thanks, Mark. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming along. Motor Ambulance is for him as a great subscriber. Yes, he is. Enjoyed the live. He's suddenly short. Adam, sub count, please. Can somebody tell me what sub count is for Adam?
993.
I don't think I've done it.
993.
993.
It's still £4 to me, though, isn't it?
It was 994, but I unsubscribed. So
Yeah.
Bandit Man. So good night, Matlock Biker. Good night. Cheers. Thank you. Great session tonight. Thank you, Christopher Dennis Mayer. Okay, we're going to say goodbye now. Thank you ever so much for coming along. I'm glad it went well after all that worrying and concerning for the last 2 days. These guys have been fantastic. Phil, thanks for reading down the comments, because it's something I should have been doing and I didn't. But thanks for doing that, mate. Much appreciated. You're a good bunch of mates to me, you know, through the YouTube thing. So nice one on that. Thanks for that. And we'll catch up soon. Maybe we'll certainly do it at Christmas. Maybe we'll do it next month. We'll see how it goes, see how you lot feel about it. And if we can all tie up together, maybe get somebody else in as well and see how it goes. To all the people in the comments, thank you very much for subscribing. If you could subscribe to these guys as well, that'd be cool. And yeah, adios. Thank you very much. And I'll catch you. Well, I'm going to catch you tomorrow, because I've got one of my interview videos coming out on the GB300 Hyo-sung. Anyone else got any videos coming out soon?
Shameless plug.
The next one.
Next Saturday, my premiere of my motorcycle history.
Oh, that sounds good. We've already done that tonight. Might as well take that down now.
Yeah.
Phil, you got anything coming up?
I might have one out Wednesday that's a bit nondescript and rubbish, but on Saturday I've got my Halloween revisited video coming out Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, Adam?
I'm working somewhere a bit different tomorrow, so I've got a longer commute, so I might actually make a video on my way to work. Yeah.
You're great, guys. Thank you very much for everybody and all the people that have joined the video, and we'll just see you next time. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye.
Bye.